Show you what I'm doing right here. Basically making my own chops. Because whole kernel corn is about $1.50, $2 a bag cheaper. When you're feeding 150 chickens, makes a difference. I'll show you a little bit about what I do feed. Too far down in there. Alright. We're not going to go over the whole yard. We'll get a good tray of that. Show you a little bit about what I do now. I do buy some chops. This bag here, it is chops. The reason that I grind this up, I feed this to some of my younger chicks, because if you'll notice in there, I get a lot of fine powder in there. When you hear some little babies chirping, that goes in with them and the mama and everybody can eat. It just provides a little bit finer food for some of the babies. Stick with me. Now before anybody starts, I don't even attempt to run the cleanest game yard that there is. I know a lot of guys is putting sand and they're steadily changing, moving stuff, keeping them on green grass. I don't do all that anymore. I don't even attempt to. It's just not worth it. I quit doctoring them. I do not doctor on chickens anymore. The more I doctored on them, the worse health that I had. I constantly had problems. I still lose a chicken alone, but they're going. Most of them's going. If it's going to die, they're going to die anyway. Build up their immune system. Now, what I do on most of them, these are small. They don't get quite as much. I usually shoot for a viney can full per grown chicken. Show you right over here what I got going on in this. All right, what I do here, there's 3 babies in there. So I'm shooting for like a half a veiny can per baby. And when I call them babies, this is just stuff that I have raised this year. Those are grays in there. These are all grays in here. The yellow band on that one's leg tells me it's a Clemens. They're not Clemens, they're mule train here. That's the only 2 things that I'm raising currently. There's a Kelso, and this is a white hackle cross that I've raised that turned white. I usually don't have to do all this walking back and forth, but. And then I've got a grown rooster in this end pen. I had to separate him off of some babies that I had. I've got a mama some little ones in a coop in here. And I've got stuff just scattered everywhere, but by request, somebody wanted to see the Gamefowl. So that's what we're doing. You can see her. I've got to put a tray in there for her to eat out of. And I had something laying somewhere right here. Let me find something. What I'm mixing here, chops, 11-way scratch. I mix it approximately half and half. Let's go get the grown ones. They get excited when it's feeding time. I do not feed at a certain time, usually in the afternoon. It's a Kelso pair. He's white hackle Kelso cross. Them are Gilmore hatch. And I realize I'm being swift about this. I really don't have a lot of time today. There's some Americanas in there. I have tried in the process right now of strawing everything. These over here you can see got hay. And I just throw feed through the wire on the ground. Know the scratch part. She's always up there when I feed. Never fails. Only when it does that. This is Kelso's in here. There's 4 of them. They're just somewhat coming out of moat. It's hard to do this in film. Now this, I don't know what to tell you these are. I had a banny crossed with a gray toppy. And I kept line breeding them. You see that one hen here's got a poof on her head. That little one is her daughter, or their daughter. Which she was his daughter. Anyway, this is new train. You can see these grays all look different. And over here we have Peg Leg Pete. He got an accident with a coon. Not really the coon, but the coon trap. And this, we just feeding. That's gonna be supper one day. Oh. You ever seen a Rhode Island red and a Gamefowl cross? That's it. That's what it turns out to look like. But he got named Chicken Nugget because he survived when he got turned out in a while. This is a little stag we raised this year. Most of them's in that other pen over there, but this one was the biggest one. He got his own pen already. We had another one, but I didn't get it but half a cup full for some reason, so I threw 2 in there. Them are hatched gray crosses. I've had these about 4 years. They're brothers. Fighting as 2 chickens you ever seen in your life, and they've never had a spur or a knife put on them, but I've set these out and just let them spar. They bad dudes. They're retired. They don't, that's how they wound up here. None of my gamefowl will ever fight, so no worries. You guys that fight them, have at it. I ain't gonna judge you for it. You do like you want to with your birds. My daughter's silkies, I'm feeding them. See old Snowball there. And this is mixed game that we've got all in there. Every time I get right here, I remember I got a rooster around yonder. So we're gonna go back around there. He came out of here, but he started killing babies. I had the trio still in here. They hatched all in here on their own. 3 of them he killed. And the reason I know he done it is I come out here and caught him doing it. They're Mac Ray. And that's him. He's beautiful. And that's all he is to me. He's a yard ornament. It's what most people call black roosters. And that was exactly why I wanted him. I just wanted to have a black rooster. See that speck of white hackle? I'll get you a better look at her. That's a dark colored toppy. See her head? How is that? Happy eating. This right here was the first gamefowl I ever bought. These are toppies. Gray toppies. I think they're actually gray and toppy crosses. I'm not 100% sure on that. And you see how game them are. Ornamental chickens. But they cool. We named him Elvis. Somebody out there like that. These are my Americanas that I breed off of. You notice there's several in that big pen over there I was showing you. Most people are going to call these Easter eggers because the Americanas spell somewhat differently. But these do not lay multicolored eggs. These lay strictly blue eggs. See the ears? Yeah, see back there, there is a blue egg back there. And it's hard to tell that it's blue, but it is blue. Those are the best eating eggs and the hardiest chickens that I have ever fooled with. It's hard to kill them. All right. And every day I know about how to mix. I wind up with about the same amount mixed. And I usually just give what's left in this pen. Sometimes there's a little extra left. And sometimes you think you're running out. But this is just a mix. And about everything I raise, I've got rid of all of my dung hills, and everything will wind up in this pen that I'm not saving, that I don't sell. I don't sell them for any particular reason other than people that just want to raise chicken that likes this type of chicken. Which is the exact reason that I like them. That rooster, that's the prettiest rooster there is. I like fooling with the different bloodlines, preserving them. And I don't have a problem if you've got a rooster and you want to see if he's tougher than mine, and you bring him over here and we'll set him down and let him go at it. I will not tie a knife on my chicken. I just don't think it's ethical. I don't see the purpose in it. Like I said, you do like you want to with your chickens. I know you probably got your pen spotless. But I'm not buying medicine and doctoring on chickens. And I'm telling you that they'll live and be stronger and healthier chickens if you don't keep them so clean. I ain't gonna let them just get completely nasty. It rained, that's why there's water. That was a feed pan. It rained like the day before yesterday. It's just starting to dry out. And you see we had thrown some stuff, but you can't hardly throw pine straw sticking into these holes. We leveled this out. I mean, I do somewhat keep my pens up. What I was coming in here to show you. They laying eggs. These lay as good as anything they are. All right. Some people request chicken videos asking about how my Gamefowl is doing. Like I said, we do lose one occasionally, but I'm losing less now that I just kind of let them do their thing. Other than me going through moving pens every week and steadily trying to scrape water buckets and change water buckets and keep them crystal clear water. If that water, the chickens will drink out of a mud puddle. As long as they got water is the biggest issue. Now what I do is I go through along and I put them some garlic. I give them some apple cider vinegar in their water. That's about all I do. I do worm them. I'll show you how I worm some here before long. We'll do a video on that. I do a drop on the back of the neck wormer, but I don't worm them once a month. I worm them maybe twice a year. I really don't. I'm not going to, I can raise more than the work that goes in. I love fooling with them, but I found out that when chickens get sick and start dying, you can doctor on them all you want to. They just about going to die anyway. Now you can do some more preventative, maybe help some, but it's not foolproof either. But thank y'all for watching. If you like my Gamefowl, hit like on it, subscribe. We'll come back at you with some more videos before long. Remember, the best way to do things is the way you want to do it.